President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump are in isolation at the White House. The president announcing on Twitter they tested positive for COVID-19.
The White House Chief of Staff confirms President Trump is feeling what he calls mild symptoms from the virus. So here's what we know so far. The White House doctors say the president is taking an experimental antibody cocktail along with zinc, vitamin D, and aspirin. He's fatigued but in good spirits. And as for the First Lady, she's experiencing a mild cough and headache. Everyone else in the First family has tested negative so far. The president's campaign team says all of his planned events have either been postponed or will be held virtually.